Hey everybody, welcome back to Bobby Builds It. Today I'm going to show you how to do some half lap joints using a sliding compound miter saw. So let's say you're trying to attach two pieces like that. The look you're going for, you don't like that, and you're not wanting to use screws. Well, to glue in grain makes a very weak joint. So what is the solution? To use half laps. This will give you a lot more surface to glue to. You're not gluing in grain, which just sucks up the glue, and you'll fit together just like that. To get the notch, you want to measure halfway here, and then the width, just like that. And you want to do it on both pieces. You may be wondering, how do you control the depth of cut with the miter saw? I did not know about this feature when I got the saw, but I learned that it's what this plate right here is for. If you have it turned up, the saw will go all the way down. If you flip it down and use this knob, it controls how far down the blade will go. And remember, since we're adjusting the blade, the saw is unplugged. You drop it down, and you want to be sure the lowest tooth is just there at your line. Don't go too far because you can't put the wood back. Now you may have noticed when I was setting the depth of the blade, I didn't have this up against the fence. So what I learned earlier, the very first time I practiced this technique, is I had it up against the fence, then only used one of these boards. And when I was cutting through, you can sort of see the curve of the blade left on the wood. So the idea is now I have to pull it back further and the full blade is going to cut through our workpiece. So to make the cut, I'm going to start with the board lined up. The blade is going to touch just to the right of this line. And then we'll move the workpiece back and just make a series of cuts. You don't have to clear out all of the wood at once, but you don't want to move it very far because your blade kerf is only about 1/8 of an inch. And so you want to remove as much of that material as possible. So again, make you a dry run to be sure your hands are in good shape and you're comfortable with how the cut's going to go. And you can plug the saw in and start cutting. So now we have both of the pieces cut out. There's a little bit of the line left, but that's okay. And here and here are spots where I just moved over a little too much, but you can chisel them out. I can break them off with my hands, and then we'll clean it up with the sander in just a second. Next thing we want to do is just see how they fit. So they are a little bit proud still. So I'll just go back and do a second pass until I get them to fit. Okay, after another pass or two and some sanding, this is what we've come up with. Now, this isn't the cleanest joint ever, and if I needed to be more precise on the project that I was going to do, I would find a table saw. It's a better way to do this, but if you don't have one and you do have a miter saw, this will work. Thank you for joining me on Bobby Builds It. I hope you found something in this video you can use. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any tips for me, leave them down in the comments.